बिना तुम्हारे दर्शन के प्रभु ये जीवन है आज अधूरा। मिले तुम्हारे दर्शन तो प्रभु, मिले तुम्हारे दर्शन तो प्रभु, तो जीवन का धर्म हो पूरा, तो जीवन का धर्म हो पूरा। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम सीताराम 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 सीताराम। ये जन्मा तो ऐसो बीता, जैसे चातक बिन बादल हो। ये जन्मा तो ऐसो बीता, जैसे चातक बिन बादल हो। अखियाँ सदा रही प्रभु ऐसो, जैसे सोने बिन काजल हो। अखियाँ सदा रही प्रभु ऐसो, जैसे सोने बिन काजल हो। भक्ति बिना जीवन कैसो, भक्ति बिना जीवन कैसो। बिना तार के जैसी तंबूरा, भक्ति बिना जीवन कैसो। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम। ये जन्मा तो ऐसो बीता, जैसे सुनी बिन बादल हो। अखियां सदा रही प्रभु ऐसो, जैसी सुनी बिन काजल हो। दर्शन करने को अखियां अखियां पढ़े सगने पम मग सरे पम पमगन पसा पमगन पसा ने पम मबसरे पढ़े सगने रे ग म परे मनि सा ग रे प ग म ग म प ग रे ने दर्शन करने को अखियां है, बिन दर्शन के अखियां कैसी। प्रभु का द्वार नहीं ले जाए तो फिर ये आनी सखियां कैसी। नारायण प्रभु दर्शन दे हो, नारायण प्रभु दर्शन दे हो। नाचे मन का सदा मयूरा, मिले तुम्हारे चरण धूल प्रभु। I often think, on a more serious note, when I'm singing this bhajan, a big problem in India with spirituality is that people do not dive deep into spirituality. It's become a ritual. Please do not become another ritualistic, boring person that comes to the Lord and folds his hands. He's not interested. Try to establish a connection with Krishna. Think about all the great devotees in history, starting from Mirabai, Surdas, Raidas, Swami Haridas, Tulsidas. In our Acharya, today is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's appearance day in our disciplic succession. He was a great Acharya. What is one thing that was most common in them? Think about their personality. They intensely loved Krishna. Just like naturally there's a relationship between you and your children, or a father or son, or a wife or a husband. Naturally, there's a relationship. You don't formally greet your wife every morning, or have a formal relationship with Krishna, no. So this ritualistic process is okay. It's fine. Better to do. Bangla আমরা বলি, in Bengali we say, nai mama theke kana mama bhalo. ठीक है, कुछ तो हो रहा है, कुछ तो भक्ति कर रहे हो भाई, हफ्ते में एक बार आ रहे हो, थोड़ा फूल चढ़ा रहे हो, that's good. But please do not remain there. Krishna is not interested. What to speak about this? Yogis are sitting for millions of years, he's not interested. Why? Because they're not developing love within their heart. They want to capture the Paramatma and merge into Brahma Jyoti. That's why yogi is also not, Krishna is not interested. He doesn't come. Where does he come? Love, an affection, true attachment. Understand what attachment is. It's like when you're away, I'm a musician, so I have to travel a lot, I'm away from my children. So genuinely there's separation, attachment. That genuine sentiment you have to connect with Krishna, otherwise it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. It says in Bhagavatam, any religious process that does not develop love within your heart is shrama eva kevalam. Sukadeva Goswami says, it's shram. He says, if you go spend that time outside, at least you'll make some pounds, some euros. Shrama. So you have to develop this love. And this is where India has failed in general, in spirituality. It has become a ritualistic process. Subah utna hai, Ganpati ko dhara lagao, bhai, dukaan kholo. It's become they don't go deep in and establish a relationship with Krishna. Krishna is a person, just like you and me. Just like you and me. What is the difference? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate, Krishna says. Everything is emanating from me. How many times in Bhagavad Gita Krishna said the same thing? Aham bija pita. I am the seed-giving father. Everything rests upon me just like pearls rest on a thread. We are non-different from Krishna. Absolutely non-different. Just like a father and son. So what is the difference? He is the source of everything. Quality-wise, we are exactly the same. We have intelligence, we have ego, we have renunciation, we have beauty, we have influence. All these qualities are unlimitedly in Krishna. This is the only difference. So our natural position is to become his servant. And we must develop this. We must. Because see, I go a lot of Hindu temples and I sing like this. And I see a lot of time, this is the mood. It's a place of gathering, थोड़ा politics का भी चर्चा हो जाएगा, सचिन ने क्रिकेट में कितना किया वो भी हो जाएगा, हफ्ते में 2-3 बार जाएंगे, बस कुछ social mingling. Krishna is not interested in social mingling. So if you want to develop love, and then the question comes, why should we develop love? Because this life, Manusha, Deho, this life is very, very rare. Very rare. If we only could know. Actually, our ignorance is also Krishna's mercy. Because if we knew, we wouldn't be able to enjoy this material world. We would think, oh, But because inner desires to enjoy, Krishna puts us in a spell, material spell. Okay, fine, try to enjoy. Otherwise, imagine if you could remember hundreds of your births, like some rishis did. Would you be able to enjoy? No, because you'll remember all the sufferings. So even his forgetfulness, ignorance is our blessing. So please, I wanted to make this point while singing. Don't become another ritualistic, boring person that comes to Krishna. He's very smart. He is most intelligent. He knows what's in your heart. You cannot fool him. You cannot allure him with your wealth, with your intelligence, with your art. Who can allure Krishna? He is these Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam. There are millions and millions of Lakshmi serving him. What can we allure him by building a temple or what? That's why Krishna ultimately says, okay, fine. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prashyate. Even if you give me a leaf of water, but there has to be devotion. My dear Krishna, I am very fallen. I do not know who you are. Please, let me develop some true attachment for you. So at the time of death, I can remember you. Right? That is the whole purpose, right? At the time of death, you might be whatever you are. Mritu ye nahi aayenge ke bhaiji, jaise abhi we were talking in the car, Jagjit ji, such a big singer, gone. Death didn't come and say, Jagjit ji, aap itne bade star ho, aapko VIP darwaze se le jate. No, equal for everybody. So this, all the achievements we have in this material world is simply an illusion. So please, I don't want to, if I've come across very strong, if anything, I'm saying it more to myself, trust me. But sometimes we need to say these things because a lot of religious people come, they simply flower, say what you want to hear, right? Nobody says that. Please give up all this and become more attached to Krishna. That doesn't mean you have to give up anything. This is another point. You don't have to give up anything. If you have millions of dollars, that's good. You can use that in serving the devotees, serving Krishna even better. But please do not become attached to material possessions. It's not a very good place to be. You know how they catch monkeys in India? In Vrindavan, have you ever seen how they catch monkeys? They put a pot. Inside the pot they put peanuts. Now the mouth of the pot is wide enough for the monkey to slowly slide his hand in, which he does. He comes and he puts his hand in. But as soon as he grabs hold of the peanuts, now his hand is a fist. He can't pull it out. He gets stuck. Nothing. If he lets go of the peanuts, he can slide it back out, right? But he won't let go of the peanuts. He can see the guy is coming to catch him, but he won't let go of the peanuts and he gets caught. So we can all see in our life how the body is diminishing. We were young, now getting old. We see death coming, we see suffering coming, but we won't let go of this attachment. And it happens very naturally. If you become attached to Krishna, naturally your attachment for it's a natural process. It's not something you have to force yourself. It's like walking, they give the example. When the first foot is firm, the other foot automatically lifts itself. So when you become attached to Krishna, otherwise why did Mirabai leave everything and go to Vrindavan? He naturally became attached to Krishna. Then it's not a torture, it's not somebody who makes you do something. You become attached to Krishna. So that's why I wanted to say this. Please try to develop love within your heart. Read about him, very important. You should be philosophical, you should understand why we do it. If somebody asks you philosophically, why? You should be able to answer that. We should read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, especially Bhagavad Gita. All the philosophical conclusions is in Bhagavad Gita. Starting from we are not this body. First thing, Krishna, what does he say? Asochan avasochastvam pragyavadamscha bhashase. My dear Arjuna, you're giving me all these arguments why you're not going to fight. You sound like a learned man, but you're not. Nanu soschanti pandita. A pandit doesn't talk like this. You're so attached. Dehinasmin yatha dehe komaram yovaram jara. Then Krishna goes on describing how the body is temporarily changing from body to body. The soul is na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So the whole knowledge is there. Please take some time to dwell in this and think about it intellectually. Don't just make a sentimental process where you come and fool chadao. That's fine. But we must have a balance between the intelligence of what Krishna is saying and why we're doing it, and then develop the heart. And in the end, you give up the intellectual and just become the heart to Krishna. So on that note, we'll finish with a dhun.